I just started working at the nursing home and noticed something creepy right away. Everyone living here was elderly, but young people's screams kept coming from the rooms. I just landed this job and didn't want to stick my nose where it didn't belong. After I got back, the manager started assigning me my daily tasks. Besides emptying the trash twice a day, I also had to keep the carpets clean. The manager made one thing especially clear. I absolutely could not go to the 4th floor of the nursing home because the residents up there all had severe mental illnesses. During the afternoon hydrotherapy session, one of the residents lit up the moment she saw me, her expression as shy as in one 8-year-old girl's. While we were chatting, blood suddenly started pouring from the head of a resident underwater. The scene descended into chaos instantly, but the doctor insisted everyone leave before he'd help. What creeped me out even more was that a resident from the 4th floor seemed to have his eyes on me, and his gaze showed pure menace. That night, I had a terrifying dream. I dreamed someone kept whispering in my ear, like they were chanting some ancient spell. I woke up in an instant. Thank God it was just a dream. But the moment I calmed down, a piercing scream suddenly came from upstairs. The sound sent chills down my spine. Suddenly, I realized in horror that my bedroom door had been pushed open at some point. I didn't pay it any mind. Little did I know something terrible was about to happen. It wasn't until the next morning that knocking woke me up. When I opened the door, a few residents came looking for me, saying they needed my help. On the way, they told me one of the residents had soiled himself and needed me to help clean it up. Hearing this, I immediately frowned, but they dragged me along anyway. To my surprise, a whole bunch of residents had gathered in the room. These people had thrown me a welcome ceremony. After the welcome ceremony, the residents went back to their own business. That's when I noticed a resident who was painting. As if sensing my gaze from behind, the old man playfully stuck his tongue out at me. I thought everyone here was especially kind and friendly, but late that night, while I was sound asleep, a masked, white-haired old man had somehow entered my room. Then he slowly crawled toward my bed. Before long, snoring from behind woke me up. Before I could even process what was happening, he plunged a dagger into my body. Turned out, it was another nightmare. Unable to fall back asleep, I went out to the hallway to get some air. That's when singing from up ahead caught my attention. When I got closer, I found 2 residents dancing gracefully. I was about to head back to rest, but suddenly that terrifying scream came from upstairs again. This time I couldn't take it anymore and hit the button for the 4th floor. Little did I know this was the start of my nightmare. Following the sound, I opened the door at the very end. Inside the room sat several old men with blank expressions. Their physical condition was completely different from the residents downstairs. Not only were they covered in wounds, but the whole room reeked of a foul smell. Just then, an old man in the corner noticed me and reached out his finger toward me. I thought he needed help, so I walked over without thinking. Who knew at that moment, the old man crawled at me like a maniac and started clawing at me wildly. Thankfully, the manager discovered it in time and stopped him. Afterward, I was called to the director's office. I explained to the director that I'd heard the terrifying screams from upstairs, so out of curiosity, I went up to check. The director once again stressed how serious this was and strictly forbade me from going to the 4th floor. Word of this spread like wildfire. Then a resident named Norma came looking for me. Taking this opportunity, I wanted to ask Norma why those residents upstairs looked so vacant. Who knew Norma would advise me that sometimes you shouldn't have too much compassion, but I didn't take those words to heart at all. To figure out what had really happened to those residents, I snuck back in late that night